Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you tuning in again. So, I have the Buick done. The Buick is done. Yes. 87 Grand National, all black in glory beauty. It looks good. Went together pretty nice. Pretty much no issues with it, except for me putting the mirrors on. Man, I tell you what, there's always that one thing. The car's going so good. You're thinking, oh man, this thing's like, I love it. It's going together great. Putting the mirrors on. I use CA to put my mirrors on. Maybe that's a bad idea on my part. I've done it for years. I've always been nice and careful. Take a little bit of CA, use my little tweezers. And I'm holding on there and I thought, yep, she's good. I go to pull the tweezers off. It comes loose, rolls down the door. Where do you think that CA goes? Right on that fresh paint. I thought, oh. So I take a Q-tip trying to wipe it, and I thought, no, once super glue hits paint, it's over. You know, it's end of story. So I put a little polish on it with a Q-tip, just a little bit of wax, and kind of hit it pretty good. And it's just a mark, just below the mirror, so I'm okay with it. Nothing I can do about it now. You know, I'm not gonna obviously strip the car down. I mean, it's together now, so it's one of those deals. So speaking of CA glue, I always use the Loctite gel. Used it for years. Love the stuff. I'm having a hard time finding it. I mean, I don't know where it's. So last time I used this here, the Gorilla Glue, and I'm telling you, not a fan. It just does not hold that well. It gives you the 10-second bond. It's the gel, and just, I don't know, guys. I don't like it. You know what? That's just gonna go in the garbage because I don't care for it. So I used to use this here, which works pretty good, but you got to use an accelerator with it. And same as this here. This is called Extreme Power Thin. And I picked this up, I think I got this at Hobby Lobby if I remember right. And it's okay, it just don't seem to have the bonding power like the super, you know, like the Loctite stuff. So I was in Walmart the other day. They had this here. I've never used this before. And I thought, oh, are you kidding me? My gel's not there. So I had this stuff. So check this out. This is the coolest thing. I don't know if you guys use these or not. It has a little straw on the end of it with a brush. And it's a liquid. And I tell you what, I love it. This is my new go-to. Because if you need to get way down and do something, you can just touch it. And it's a full jar. I mean, it's a full liquid jar. So I'm telling you, this is the boss right here. I love it. That stuff works amazing. You know, because most of my builds are super glue build. Or CA or whatever you want to go with. You know, because I'll do a lot of pre-build using the Tamiya regular glue. You know, I'll do seats and just whatever, and I'll put whatever I can together before I paint it. I always use that. But, you know, once the car is painted, you know, parts are painted, you know, glue doesn't stick to paint on paint. So I use CA glue. And other than that, unless you want to sit there and scrape everything, which I don't. And like I said, I've used it for years, never had a problem. So it's that glue there, that with the, you know, the brush on style they call it. Love it. Love it. So moving on. The 70 Roadrunner. I have my wheels done and they turned out pretty cool. Let me show you one here. So this is my wheel I'm putting on my Plymouth. Check that bad boy out. They're all sanded down nice. And I have the backing plate is in red, trying to mimic kind of like red caliper. And this is a NASCAR wheel out of like a 96 Mark Martin kit. It's a Revell kit. So it's a 1/24 scale, same as the car. And let me grab the car here. So I get this ready for paint. It's all sanded down nice. So these bad boys are going to sit tucked up in here. I think that looks sweet. That's what I'm going with. So I have, I'll show you how I did the ring on here, because these were obviously white. And I have them all done. I just got to finish doing the other rims. I don't know if I like those yellow decals. They were in that older kit. I'd use a lot of Microsol on it to, you know, get them to stick down okay. But I could see the eagle part of the decals got a little bit to it. So these are my rims. Painted them with a flat or a semi-gloss Tamiya, and then I'm putting this blue on the body, and that worked out pretty good. So let me take you over to the bench, and we'll take a look at that Buick, and I'll show you how I did these wheels here quick. So we have the interior installed, and we are getting ready to put this baby together here. So we got our bottom bumper, and we got the rear bumper finished. As I'm looking at it, I should have filled in those clear lights a little bit more, but it's okay. They're in there now, so I'm not going anywhere. And I looked through my stash and I can't find no other tires, so it looks like we're going to stick with the originals that come with the kit. I'm going to have to sand them down a little bit yet, and we'll get those put in. We got the body here. I ended up taking the body, I tinted the rear windows. I did a different way this time. So we got the glass in, and I polished the glass with this Mother's plastic, power plastic for lights. And that works really good for this windows. So I tinted the rear windows, and what I just used was my paint for, let's see, I had the Tamiya semi-gloss, and I thinned it down like really thin, and just went over and misted it over on the inside of the glass with the airbrush. Turned out decent. So I was going to use my window tint film in the back, but you can see it has defroster lines in there, so the tint really didn't want to work out too well on that. So I ended up just using the spray paint and going that route. Because it's a black car, so it'd look really cool with some black tinted windows. Alright, we're going to do the assembly on this and see how she looks in the end here. Okay guys, this is the paint. MCW, it's an enamel. They just call it blue, but if you look up the part number, this is like the petty blue. So I'm not sure why they're calling it just gloss enamel, but it's actually like the petty blue. So this is the blue here. You know, on the camera, it's like 90 different colors. It looks like dark blue, but it's actually light blue. Anyways, so I'll take a little bit of this, and I put on the top here. Once these are dried black, I just do the dip style. I take a, let's see here, one of my paint sticks. I'm sorry, one of those holders. Just like this here. And I'll just take it and just real easy dip it, and that's it. And that's the wheel. So it's just a kind of like a print style, just a press style. That's how I painted those. So it was pretty good. So yeah, like I say, I think these turned out pretty nice. I'm pretty happy with them. Like I say, you can just see that red in the back, so that'll look pretty cool. So that is what's going on my Roadrunner model. They're all sanded down nice. I just got to finish the other ones up. Alrighty guys, let's take a look at that Buick. So it turned out pretty nice. I really love that grille. The headlights look sweet in this thing. Give it that nice realistic look. I went all out and took the emblems on the tires and made them all the same. They're all pointing in the same direction. Love it. Didn't put the fast one license plate on it, kind of like the Buick logo. I love that Buick logo. Whoever designed it, genius. I mean, it's a 6-cylinder logo, like a number 6, but with the turbocharge. Just ingenious. I mean, come on. Who thinks of that? Interior, like I say, turned out pretty nice. Tinted my back window. Even put the rear view mirror on this time. That's something I never do. I always forget it. Always forget it. So yeah, let's take a look under the hood here. Hold on. Not too bad. Like I say, I put the plug wires on it, and as I'm looking at this video, I forgot to color those back in the red. I mentioned to you before that I used copper wire and painted it red while I was using tweezers to put them on. Well, it scratched the red paint off because, you know, it just didn't stick that well. So I got to touch that up. Will I ever do it? Probably not. Just being real with you. So I give myself a wannabe blue Delco battery. I was trying to look for some Delco decals to put on top of that white battery caps. I don't find anything here. So yeah, it didn't turn out too bad under the hood. Take a look underneath where I got the hood off in it. Yeah, give a nice pretty blue oil filter. Kept it pretty basic, didn't go too carried away with it. put the chrome oil pan on it, or the trans pan. I figured make it go faster. You know, like the old saying, our chrome will get you home. So yeah, so that's what we did there. My exhaust even lined up. Everything lined up on the exhaust. I was pretty impressed with that. A lot of these kits, you know, the exhaust is always off like an 1/8 inch or something. You got to try to force it over. But it all lined up pretty good. I was kind of surprised. So yeah, guys, that's the Buick build. So yeah, pretty happy with this one. Turned out pretty nice. Let me throw the hood back on here. Oh, before I put the hood on, I forgot there's decals under the hood. So yeah, check that out. How cool is that? I got my Herbal-Charge decal on there. I was gonna contact Monogram Rebel to send me another decal sheet, and I thought, you know what, time they get it to me. It'll probably be like 2 weeks later, so I thought, yeah, forget it. Sharp looking car. All right, guys, I'll put some still shots at the end of the video here, and I appreciate you guys following along on this build. And now we're going to get on that 70 Plymouth. So we'll get that bad boy rolling, and we'll go from there. I appreciate you guys checking out the channel and tuning in. My hood's all the way down. You guys have a good one, and I appreciate you guys watching.